On air is Disposition. This is Gagarin. Let's go. Collapse. Citizens in Western institutions responsible for planned unipolar policy. And then a misfire in Moldova, a knockdown in Georgia with the development of BRICS. Trouble. It seems all resources, including informational, are thrown at correcting mistakes, hence gaps in the media space, through which truth sometimes seeps. Nonsense, of course, unusual and honestly sometimes even awkward. Recently, the American magazine U.S. News & World Report published a ranking of the world's strongest armies, and everything would be fine, but Belarus is in 12th place, surpassing most NATO countries, including Italy, Spain, Canada. Honestly, we probably wouldn't have placed ourselves so high. And here it's an authoritative American publication. I'll say right away, a year ago Minsk got the same position. However, back then it was dismissed as some kind of accident or calculation error. Now you can't just wave away a confirmed result, especially since the selection principle is unexpectedly objective for the West. What do I mean? Usually, rankings in the USA are made by trusted experts who can paint any picture and fit criteria to it. With U.S. News & World Report, the situation is different. About 17,000 people from around the world participated in the survey. They evaluated each army on 73 characteristics. Scores were given for each, which were then summed up. Loyalty to the values of Western democracy was not considered. As a result, we are only behind such giants as Russia, the USA, China. Ukraine is also ahead, Israel, the UK. By the way, this year France surpassed us, quite unexpectedly, and special condolences to Poland, left behind again, gleaming with weapons and a record military budget. And this is no joke. The fact is, respondents were guided not so much by quantitative characteristics as by troop effectiveness. In combat, mobilization, economic, international, informational aspects. And in this coordinate system, the agile, mobile Belarusian army with friends like Russia, China, looks quite solid. At the same time, Minsk primarily taps into internal reserves to develop defense potential. Nuclear weapons are purely a last resort.
I've long said we are a compact, small population country. We are not Russia, certainly not China, not India, and not NATO. We can't afford to maintain an army needed for war. So, we need to adapt, create a people's militia, territorial defense, armed forces. For this, the country needs unity and discipline. We have that. Our system is defined, it's practically created.
Almost all recent conflicts have highlighted a clear trend. More effective in battle is not ultra-modern equipment, but its skilled use. It's about training soldiers and officers, and trained today means experienced. So, the most valuable military resource, experience, we get non-stop from our Russian colleagues. In this regard, it's hard to compare anyone in the world with the Belarusian army. By presidential decision, joint training centers operate in Belarus and Russia, and allied exercises are regularly held. In practice, units only work on techniques needed in war.
Combat experience from the special military operation allows us to make some adjustments to our training plans. We see changes, shifts, which we believe are significant, and we must keep up with the times and implement them in troop training.
I tackled several tactical tasks, such as covering the state border, blocking and destroying illegal armed formations, conducting urban combat. During the battalion tactical exercise, special features were noted, namely the extensive use of drones, the use of assault groups, created for specific tactical tasks.
The results of the American ranking have already spread to many media platforms, sparking loud discussions. And by mention ranking on these platforms, Belarus is at the very top. Maybe I'm wrong, but the reason for the surprising assessment of the Belarusian army seems to be its ability to stand firmly and skillfully in the way of war. And in our conditions, that's almost impossible.